All right, guys, welcome to our Legacy United What is Coaching Behind the Scenes sneak peek of what it's like to be a coach with Team Beachbody. My name is Bozzo. I'm going to be hosting this call tonight. I am also going to be doing a screen share, so I'm going to pop this up here where I'm going to have some slides for you guys. And first, I'm just going to really tell you guys a little bit about who I am and what got me started into into Beachbody coaching. Give me just a second so I can pull my slides up. You can see me now in the top of your right-hand side of your screen. At least that's where I'm seeing it. So again, if you have any questions, go ahead and type them in the Q&A section. But this is me on the screen and this very first slide. So Bozzo, I've been a coach for about 2.5 years with Team Beachbody. I am the founder of my team, Legacy United. I am a 2014 and 2015 elite coach, 10-star diamond coach, 1-star diamond coach in my second business center. I am the #1 coach in the state of Mississippi, and I have been for 2 years now. I am what we call a Success Club 10 All-Star legend, 6-figure earner. And these are just a whole lot of accolades that honestly could be wiped clean, and I would still be doing this job. I would still be passionate about helping people. And really, like, nothing could stand in my way of what I do as a coach because I love it so much. These are just things that have somehow happened over the last 2.5 years by setting goals and just really aspiring to move forward. But what I have here too is, more importantly, I started in the same place that you guys started, or that you're about to start. I had the same fears, I had the same objections. I did not have any money, I didn't have any customers, I had zero experience. I had very little time to put into a business. And I know how overwhelming this experience can be and how it can feel. And with this call tonight, I really want to help provide shortcuts and how to really have success as a coach, because I know that the saying, if I can do it, you can do it, I promise you that it rings true with this business. Because let's rewind here about 3 years ago, okay? My husband is in the Navy and he was deployed. We had just moved from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to Gulfport, Mississippi. And we knew just a couple of people when we moved here. My husband, again, he was deployed. So I felt stuck. I felt depressed. I felt anxious. I was about 15 pounds heavier than I am now, and just that alone, ladies, I'm sure that you know what I'm talking about, and guys too, but when you don't feel comfortable and confident in your own skin, it just feels icky. You just don't feel like you, right? So that's kind of where I was at. I had lost myself completely. Like, I was a mom, I was a wife, I felt displaced, I had no idea where to turn. I felt alone, and I really just felt like I didn't have a purpose anymore. And even kind of back when I was in high school and grade school, so I always had insecurities and I always had self-confidence issues, and it just kind of carried with me all through my life. So I felt like 3 years ago I had just started to go on that downward slope where I was like, what am I going to do with my life? I don't even know which direction to turn. And my husband and I, we were fighting a lot, and we were realizing that we were in some massive debt. We were the couple who literally would look at monthly payments versus the total. And it was very embarrassing, and it used to be very embarrassing for me to talk about, because, we did so well of hiding the fact that we couldn't even scrape by paycheck to paycheck. That for me to now share publicly about it, I just hope to help inspire and help one person. That's why I do this. So that was where we were at. We were rock bottom, felt like we really had no money. And all of a sudden, this Beachbody thing started to kind of make its way into my life. And funniest story is I had started doing Beachbody workouts right after I had my first daughter, Lola. My husband, he saw P90X on an infomercial, and he was like, let's order this. And I was like, no, that's an infomercial thing. That stuff doesn't work. So it was about a week later, it showed up on our doorstep because here he had called his mom and asked her if she would order it for us as like a baby present, an early Father's Day gift, kind of like all this combined thing. And we did it together, and I got amazing results. So for me, I actually then continued doing Beachbody programs because I knew that they worked. And it was very hard for me after having my first child, let alone my second, to make time to get to the gym because, you know, I used to think that you had to go to the gym to work out, like there was no other option. But then I quickly realized that, wow, okay, these things really do work, and I can work out in my living room or my garage. So over the years, I did almost every Beachbody program, but I never knew about the coaching opportunity, ever. I never realized that it could actually be a vehicle to something bigger in my life, to make me and my family, you know, have a better life, until 2.5 years ago, when all of a sudden, like I said, it kind of started to peek its way back into my life, when I got this random Facebook message from an acquaintance that I had known, and she was like, hey, you know, I really think that you would make a great Beachbody coach. I remember you doing Beachbody programs, you know, a couple years ago, could I send you some information about coaching? And at that time, I was looking for teaching jobs because, like I said, we were broke, and I was feeling sorry for myself, because I knew that I was going to have to take my kids to daycare, which I had pledged I would never want to ever do. I want to be the one to raise my kids. And I was depressed, and I was miserable, and I was saying, why me? Why me? So I wasn't really paying attention to this Beachbody flashing in front of my eyes. So I brushed it off, and it was a few days later, and I got another message from this girl, and she was like, seriously, like, will you consider this? I see you as a great coach. And so, of course, I said, sure, send me some information. But I was not taking it seriously. And then I started to look through it a little bit. And me, the skeptic that I am, I was like, this is a scam. This is way too good to be true. Like, this is like a dream life for people. That is not real life. So that was my viewpoint of it. I wouldn't even give it a chance at that time. Well, a few weeks went by, and she kept messaging me, and this all happened over probably a good month or two time period. And the last message I remember her sending me was, you can sign up for free as a Beachbody coach since your husband's in the military. And I was like, oh my gosh, this girl is totally not going to leave me alone. So I was like, all right, fine, I'll sign up, because I'm like, what do I have to lose? It's free. I might as well do it. So I signed up, and I logged on to this online office, this coach online office that you get. And I was like, what in the world is all of this stuff? It's so overwhelming. So I kind of pushed it off to the side for a couple weeks. And finally, I kept seeing more things on Facebook about it. And I was like, okay, this is a sign. Maybe I really need to give this a shot. So I logged on to my very first night of a team call. And I was scared out of my mind to get onto a call just like this, because I didn't know what to expect. I was nervous. I was like, what if they could see me? Or what if they could hear me? And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to change if I just sit here in the same funk that I've been in for however long. So I went in and I listened to this call. And the speaker is my now upline mentor, one of my best friends, Melanie Mitro. She is #1 in the organization at this time for the last 2 years in a row, actually. And I remember her very exact words. She was a mom of 2 kids, and they were about the same age as my kids. And she was from Mars, Pennsylvania, which is very close to where I grew up. And her words were, why are you sitting there thinking, why me? Instead of saying to yourself, why not me? And that did it for me. I was like, are you speaking directly to me? Like, I just felt like she was just in my face talking straight to me, and like, why not you? So I started playing that through my head, and I was like, yeah, why not me? Why don't I just stop caring what other people think? Why don't I just finally decide to change? Because I know that I want to do something different. I have to do something different. I have to make money in order to live for my family, in order to take the pressure off of my husband, and in order to make a life that I have always dreamed of, instead of one day, this was my biggest fear. First of all, filing bankruptcy, because we were on that path. We were considering that. Did not want that to happen. And number two, I have two small kids, and I did not want to look at them in the eye in a couple years, 2 years ago, when they come to me and they're like, Mommy, I really want to take dance classes, or I want to play violin, or I want to do the drums, or whatever they want. And I never wanted to have to tell my children, I'm sorry, we can't even try that because we don't have any money for that. And I get teary-eyed right now thinking about it, because that was my like aha, where I'm like, no, I never want my kids to feel like they can't try something that they have a passion for, because we have zero funds to let them try anything new. And then I got even further, and I was like, well, what if we can start to use this again as a vehicle to become, debt-free, or at least start to pay off some debt? Because guys, 2.5 years ago, we were putting groceries on a credit card that was almost maxed out. And I thought to myself, okay, if I set this first goal of making like $200 in the first month, like that was my goal, to help put groceries on the table so we didn't have to, put it on a credit card that was almost maxed out, then that would be like the ultimate goal for me, if I could just make money by literally helping people in what we do in challenge groups. And I was like, okay, I think I can do this. I'm just going to read a whole bunch of all this information. I'm going to be a sponge. And instead of sitting on the information that I'm looking at, I'm actually going to use it. And that's what I did. And that's what really started the momentum and started me saying, why not me, every single day? And I'm a sticky note queen. And actually, here are my sticky notes. Like, they're all over my computer. My computer desk has them. But I would just write down reminders, and it would say, why not me? And then I would set my goals, and I would stick them on my note or on my mirror in my bathroom. And I would just stick them in random places throughout the house. So it would be a constant reminder that I'm going to do this. Because, and let me tell you too, this was not easy for me. I had also tried like every home business known to man, and I quit after like a month. So the trust that there was no trust in me that people had, especially via social media, because they knew that I was going to make it big selling Avon and Mary Kay and 31 bags and Cutco knives and probably a whole bunch of other stuff too that I just can't think of off the top of my head. But that was me. And I had like conned all of my family and friends into buying this stuff every time that I'm signing up for it. And not to mention that it took me 8 years to get my bachelor's degree, because I changed my mind every semester. So I literally went through almost 15 different majors in an 8-year time frame. And that is no joke. Okay, you guys? So I am not sitting here saying that I have had it all together. Like, there is no perfect definition of what a coach looks like. It is just what you want your life to look like, and you use this in order to move yourself closer to that goal. And anyone can be a coach, okay? So I'm going to kind of go into the next slides here and just really kind of show you that this can be for anyone. So what do we do as coaches? If you're on here or someone invited you to this call, you see us posting on Facebook, right? Like, these are some of my selfies, a couple of my coaches, their posts on Facebook. This business truly is centered around social media. And, I've told people many times over, you don't have to have social media to be a successful coach. And I still know that to be true. However, it will take you a lot longer to grow any type of a significant business if you're not using social media. Okay, so what do we do as coaches? We work on ourselves first. You know, every day I am working on myself, whether I feel like working out or not. I do it. I follow my program. So depending on what Beachbody programs you've done, sometimes, you know, we have a 5-day program, a 6-day program, 7-day program, whatever it is, but I do my best to follow the workout. And I drink my Shakeology every day. And then I just talk to friends and family and people that I meet on Facebook, and I send them messages inviting them to my upcoming challenge group and asking them if I could send them some information about coaching. If I feel like you would be a really great coach, I am going to talk to you about it. Now, was I that confident when I first started? Absolutely not. I was scared out of my mind to talk to people about this because I cared so much about what other people would think about me, whether it be good or bad, that I was paralyzed in my own skin because I'm like, oh my goodness, what if they ask me a question that I don't know the answer to? Or I don't know how to make meal plans. Or, you know, how do I talk to them about personal things? You know, what if they feel like I'm going to, what if I offend them in some way? I used to get so caught up in that thought process. And finally, one day I saw this like e-card, and it said, you can't pay your bills with other people's opinion or something like that. And I was like, aha. So right, you know, we really can't. And if I want to get out there and if I want to help as many people as I possibly can, then guess what? I have to talk to a lot of people. So that was what I set out to do. That was my mission. And then I also said, I'm going to get better every time I do it. I'm not going to expect perfection. I'm not going to expect to know it all. And if somebody asks me a question that I don't know, I'm either going to Google it or I'm going to ask my upline coach, who I signed up under, if she knows the answer. I'm going to use the resources given, and I'm going to be resourceful, and I'm going to do this no matter what. That was my mentality for it. Excuse me, I needed a drink. And then growing as a person through personal development. This is huge. I was not a reader whenever I started. I actually made fun of this whole personal development, like reading books. I didn't even know what personal development meant whenever I started coaching. No joke, I had to ask, what does personal development mean? So that showed me right there that I could definitely use some personal growth in my life. So I decided to pick up this book called The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. And it probably took me a good 3-4 weeks to read it, but I did it because I was like, you know what? I'm going all in. I have to make changes. And it changed my life. And then I started listening to podcasts and audiobooks. And that is what has helped to get me to where I am today, because I've just learned how to do it myself. And kind of going back to the social media aspect too, how I was like inviting family and friends to share your journey, to join these groups, to join your team as coaches. I started with 140 Facebook friends who were mostly my family and people who probably knew me from high school and college. So really those people already knew my history of failures after failure after failure after failure with other, like I said, home businesses. And I know that I got laughed at a lot, but it did not stop me from persevering to do what I had this gut feeling that I knew I could do this to change some lives. So I had to share my story. I decided I didn't know how to use Facebook, but I was going to learn how to use Facebook to share my story. And there you see, you know, you don't have to, also disclaimer, to be a great coach, you do not have to take selfies in shorts, teeny shorts, and a sports bra, okay? You don't. That has kind of become me and who I am in my journey, because whenever I first started, I did not post a selfie for probably months because I was scared out of my mind. And then I finally started doing it because I was told by my coaches and people who had done it before me, like, listen, trust us, this is what will build your business. So I did. I started getting kind of like that ab quote. I've kind of known for that now, and I'm not saying that to brag in any way. It's just kind of become almost part of my niche and who I am, that this is my signature kind of pose. Every morning you're going to see me, whether I am up 5 pounds or not. Like, I'm going to share that journey. And that's where I've gotten to, you know. But no, there's plenty of very successful coaches who do not take selfies in their sports bra and shorty shorts. I promise you. Okay, next slide. I'm going to just quickly kind of go over this because I really loved how this was explained whenever I had heard it from another coach. So if you think about this business, you think about it as almost a franchise to where you could own your own franchise for $40. You know, people who buy into frozen yogurt chains and I don't know, fast food restaurants or whatever, those chains, and they risk literally like their whole lives. They invest 10, 20, 30, 100,000 plus dollars into trying to build their dreams, but they're literally like just having debt stacked against them. When in turn with coaching basically is your own franchise. You're buying into this for $40 or you're free with whenever you buy your challenge pack, right? You can just sign up for a coach for free once you do that. And then it's $15.95 a month thereafter, unless if you're military or a veteran, and that fee is completely waived. And that $15.95 a month is literally just so Beachbody can manage your website and they do your payroll. You don't have to have a whole bunch of product at your house. So when someone orders, they go straight to your website that you're given, and their product is sent straight from Beachbody. So that's what that $15.95 does. It just keeps up your website fee is basically it. It's a low startup cost. So, but so many people just look at it almost as like, you know, oh, it doesn't work for me, or oh, it was only $40, who cares? What if when you sign up to be a coach, you treat this as if you spent $100,000, as if you invested your life savings into this business? Would you treat it differently? Would you make it work instead of sitting back and saying, oh, this didn't really work for me. I tried it for like a month and nothing really happened. Okay? This business, you are successful with your mindset. And when you come into it, and I truly believe that that's where my success came, because I gave myself no other option. I told myself I had to meet X, Y, and Z goal every single month because my family's lives depended on it. I would literally on my sticky note say, if I don't hit this goal by X date, that it would be like I couldn't feed my kids because we had such a hard time putting food on the table. So that's kind of how I correlated it. And to some that sounds very extreme, but for me, that is what has built my business, because I gave myself no other option but to be successful in it. And I treated this as a $1 million business, which I have built it to be in 2.5 years. I found out this in December that my team, Legacy United, we have done over $1 million in sales. Like it's insane to me. And it's all because we are changing lives and we're helping people with a product that I believed so much in with my whole being, that I've believed in since for 8 years, and I've only been a coach for 2.5. So that goes to show you just how much my heart truly is in it. And I know that it works for people. You know, you decide, you commit, and you succeed. And that's what we talk about constantly in this business. So, you know, thinking of it that way, I don't know, that just like triggered something for me. And with coaching, you know, your franchise, your coaching franchise, your benefit is that you're buying into an established, successful brand. People already know the brand of Shakeology and Insanity. And if they don't, you get to be the one who talks to them about it. You get to share your experiences. And as a coach, you do not have to know every single product that we offer. You do not have to know every single price of everything. I thought that in the beginning, where I would like study the price list. And finally, I'm like, I don't want to sell stuff. Like, this is not what I signed up for. What I signed up for was to help people and to share my journey. So I decided, I was like, well, when people ask me questions or when I'm talking to people, I'm going to recommend to them what I've done, what has worked for me. So, you know, I started off with Turbo Fire. I loved that program. So pretty much everyone who joined my challenge groups, they got Turbo Fire because that's all that I talked about. And then the 21-day fix, I'm like, it's perfect for everyone because you get your meal portion containers and you get your workouts and they have a modifier. Perfect. So that's it too. It's people want to know what you are doing, okay? And that's where you can definitely deter a lot of unfamiliar information where it's just like, just share you, just be you. And Beachbody spends over $150 million on mainstream marketing to create brand recognition and continually develops new programs and products. So you will know that we will have a new product coming out every quarter, which is so cool because they're continuously growing and trying new things. We just had our cafe latte Shakeology released 2 weeks ago. Amazing. If you have not tried it yet, you have to get it. It's like better than Starbucks. It's so good. And then I am actually in the new 22-minute hardcore. It's like a military-based workout with Tony Horton. I'm doing the test group for that right now, which is so cool. And that program will be released in March. So you constantly have things that are coming that's going to help boost your business and that you're going to be able to try too. So how it all works. Excuse me. So you start working on you. Your business, this business will always rise and fall with you. And I say that because your workouts, your Shakeology, your personal development, and you sharing it with other people, that is how the momentum builds. And when you do that every day, that is how your business grows. So you start working on you, and then you're going to start to inspire a few people to start their own journey. And this is how social media works, because you're going to post about it. And when you're posting about it a couple times a day, people are going to start to get intrigued, okay? And then they're going to inspire a few people, and then it's just going to be that kind of that trickle effect. And then you kind of see this little slide where it says there's you, and then you inspire 3 people. So basically, you help 3 people a month, and that's you're going to meet your own personal goal of what we call Success Club every single month. And by sharing every day, you can easily help those 3 people a month. It's just kind of a no-brainer. You're just paying it forward and looking at it that way. That's how you need to go into it. And I always talk about planting the seeds, okay? If you want to help people, if you want to reap the harvest, if you want to inspire and share your journey, you have to do it constantly. It's not something that you can do today and then wait 2 weeks and start it back up again. That's where you'll lose the trust, and that's where people will kind of second guess, is she really gonna do this? Should I trust her? Should I not? No, it's an everyday continuous thing. And when you mess up, because we all mess up, you're going to own up to it. Or when you don't stick to your meal plan, you're going to talk about it. Or when you eat pizza, you're going to talk about it, okay? But you're also going to say, this is a lifestyle and this is my journey, and I just want to inspire people to understand that health and fitness, it should be part of your everyday. In nothing, no one is perfect. No one wants to see perfect because it does not exist. So you have to plant those seeds. You have to start building the excitement and the scarcity. What attracted you to the person who invited you to this call? You know, what was it? Was there something on their social media, or something that you saw in a challenge group, or something that they said in a private message to you that just kind of got this little gut feeling going in you? What was it? You know, that was a seed, because we're just here to share and inspire. And I really pride my team, Legacy United, in that. Like, we truly care and we work together. I love, like, our name, Legacy. We're not here for that quick fix. We're not here to quit this business in a month or 2. We're here for the long haul. We're here to leave a legacy for our children and our children's children. And we're united. Like, we are literally a united front. We run groups together. We help each other. We do trainings together, which I'll get into in a little bit. But, you know, we all plant these seeds because we genuinely care. And then going from there, you know, planting those seeds, which then will lead into establishing a rapport. I take the extra time to get to know someone. I am not here for a quick sale. I am not here to just be like, here, buy this and move on. That is not what we're about, and that is not what I train my coaches for. I train my coaches to know and to care and to get to know every single person that comes into this business, or comes into their challenge groups, or anyone that they're even talking to about possible meal plans or workouts or anything. Because, you know, we can find a common ground with any person that we talk to. There's always something that we can find in common. We're human, right? Family, occupation, recreation, and then we talk about a message. And we go above and beyond people's expectations. You know, if someone asks me in my challenge group at 11 p.m. and I'm still up for, you know, a question, or they need help with their meal plan, or they fell off track, or they need some motivation, I'm going to give that to them because I believe so fully that everyone is capable of success, but we need the support and the motivation to help one another through, and that accountability. That's what we're here to do as coaches. And then we really just consider people's wants, needs, and concerns before we start to share with them. And I don't word vomit is what we talk about. I don't word vomit on people. I did as a new coach because I was just trying to learn and get, my feet on the ground. But I want to know more about you instead of me just like, chit-chatting about myself. So that's really kind of how it all leads up. And then, some people will be like, well, how do I do this? If you're telling me not to, if we're not selling stuff, but we have to sell stuff, it's kind of that like catch-22 almost. How do we do this? And I love this image because we live in a peer-to-peer marketing world. Everyday life, okay? We go to see a movie and we either post about it on social media or we're asking friends, hey, I'm going to go to the movies tonight. What should I see? People want opinions. Products we should try, makeup, hair products, shampoos, nail salons, hair salons, you name it, clothes, restaurants. We ask these questions constantly, and we take the advice of friends or people on social media. We ask for testimonials and referrals from other people for everything in life. So if you look at this business in the exact same way as that, it's definitely more of a settled feeling than you having this like ripped up guts saying, oh my gosh, I have to sell stuff to people and I'm not a salesman. I am not a salesman. And maybe that is why I am so successful in this business, because I pride myself on doing the exact opposite of being a salesperson. If I ever feel like I'm being salesy, I quickly change it because I never ever want anyone to feel like I'm selling them something, because I don't like that feeling. That's an icky feeling whenever I walk into a car dealership or whenever I walk into a store and I feel like people are just on me constantly. I never want that from people. I want them to trust me, and I want them to know that I have their best interest at heart. And when they're ready to invest in themselves to make a change, I'm going to be their number one supporter. I'm going to be there to help them every step of the way. And again, that's what we do as coaches. And then kind of like I said, wait, do I have to sell stuff? We don't just sell stuff. We actually provide solutions to help others successfully achieve their goals. And I thought that this top 10 resolution was perfect for January because, first of all, how many people made the resolution to get fit and healthy on January 1st? And unfortunately, how many of those people have already given up and quit? It's very sad, but it's reality. And we want to be the change to where I said, I don't make resolutions. I set goals and I commit. I don't wait for a certain day. I do this, and this is what I'm trying to help people to understand the value behind themselves as a person, and to be able to do this in their life where they're like, okay, I can do this. But the top 10 resolutions are to get organized, to help others, learn something new, get out of debt, more family time, exercise, lose weight, quit smoking, enjoy life more. This is what we provide as coaches. And I can tell you because I'm living proof. And if I were not living this life, I would probably still be an outsider looking and saying, that's too good to be true. All right. I was a skeptic. I was the closed-minded person. I almost did not give this a chance. And holy cow, I don't even want to think of where my life would be had I not just taken that leap of faith and just built my wings on the way down. That's what we say all the time, take that leap of faith, break the cycle, and just go all in. I didn't want to be a quitter anymore. I wanted to just be successful. I wanted to prove to my kids and my husband and, that we could create a life of our dreams, a life of freedom. So freedom is what basically this kind of all comes back to, where it's like, if we can just do this and understand that, yes, you do have to sell a product in order to be successful. You do. But people are going to go out and buy products no matter what anyways. They're going to try the shakes from Walmart, which are filled with crud. All right. They're going to try cleanses. They're going to try different hair products. They're going to try anything. So looking at the challenge packs for Beachbody as just as a product that they get to enjoy and use and that will help them, and you get to help them on their journey, that's the key. That's what happens behind it. So I'll switch gears here for just a little bit and talk kind of about, how do I make money? So first of all, you make 25% commission with anything that you sell, and you get paid weekly. Every Thursday is payday. We get fast start bonuses. We get customer lead bonuses. I apologize for my dings. I have to keep Facebook up so I can see the event page. We have cycle bonuses, star diamond bonuses. It all, like, as you grow in your leadership, this is kind of what you have to look forward to. Excuse me, I'm sorry for all the dings. Oh, sorry. I forgot I'm doing a screen share and I just got off of my slide. Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna close out Facebook. So how do I make money? Let's break down the different ways you can earn money. Again, retail commissions, 25% on every sale. Club membership. So whenever you have the club membership, which gives you access to our on-demand, on our Beachbody On Demand, which is streamed workouts, which is amazing. I hope you're all on it. And then you get to go in depth with your meal plans and all of this awesome stuff with the club membership. You earn 15% off any other club membership anyone who joins Beachbody, then you get 15% of that. And then it goes on. I'll actually just leave this slide up for a little bit and you can read it down. But basically, the more you grow, the more income you start to earn. And you'll earn what we call residual income once you hit your very first benchmark of an Emerald coach, which means you have 2 coaches on your team. All right, so, and you can start earning cycle bonuses where that residual income comes into play, and it plays off of what we call volume. We have what is called a binary system with Beachbody, so I don't know if any of you are familiar with that. Basically, you have a left side and a right side in your business, and it just kind of plays off of it with a 100 to 200 ratio with our volume. And if this is all like over your head, I understand I am not a numbers person, and for me, I didn't pay much attention to those numbers until it started happening to me because I couldn't focus on anything too far ahead. I just wanted to stick to the goal at hand, crush that, and then move on. So how I look at it, like I said here, your income is always going to be a direct reflection of how many lives you commit to help change. And I see that I forgot the T on commit. So when you focus on making the business, then that's how it works out. All right. Now, going down to the next slide. Actually, I'm going to kind of keep that up so you can look at it for just a little bit because I do want to kind of just touch on like who this is for because I get a lot of these questions too, and maybe you've typed them in the event page. I hope that you guys are, really getting involved in there. And if there's any Q&As, again, you can type that in the question and answer box. But really, success leaves clues. And I believe solely in that. So you decide to do this and you will be successful if you commit to being successful because I train my coaches and they train, and so on to be successful as long as you implement what it is that, your purpose and your mission is. Because success looks different for everyone. We have coaches who are literally at different points in their journey across the board. Some are at the beginning of their weight loss journey. Some are in the middle. Some are ripped up, have ripped abs. Some are pregnant, and the list goes on. It doesn't matter what your body type looks like. You can literally make an impact on your own niche market, as we find. Because each person, we really can find that message and share the message and share your journey as you're going. And, we connect to our different unique audiences. So you can really rest assured that each audience is different and each person is looking for a different person. So someone might look at me and just be like, oh, I could never relate to her. Or, you automatically kind of get thoughts in your head, even by a first look for someone, which is sad, but I think it's human nature a lot of times. But, you connect to your audience and you inspire others to be courageous and start their journey as well. And too often people justify why they aren't successful based on a look, based on a weight, based on a gender, when that is not true. It's a mindset, okay? So if you tell yourself you will be successful, you can be successful. And if you dwell on the fact that, oh no, I can't be successful, then you won't be. And I know that from experience, okay? So, can I do this if I'm pregnant? Yes. Oh my gosh, we've had so many successful coaches on our own team, especially over this last year, who have been pregnant, and they have built very solid businesses. One coach, Allie Van Arsdale, she is actually a 5-star Diamond Elite coach this year, and she literally built her business and went elite while she was pregnant and then like having an infant. So very successful, others as well who've had baby and continued building their businesses. What if I'm not a stay-at-home mom? It's okay. You don't have to be a stay-at-home mom. You know, we have people who are working full-time, very successful coaches who are teachers, who are lawyers, who are nurses, who are doctors, who are secretaries. Who else? We have waitresses and really just kind of students. We have students, college students. So military members for sure. I mean, my husband is one of them. But we have quite a few military service members on our team as well. And anyone can do this. I started this business my first 6 months. I think I probably worked 1 hour a day. That's all that I had. And now I don't personally, I mean, my business is 2.5 years in, and personally I work between 3 and 4 hours a day. And some days, like Friday, like tomorrow, I pretty much take off Friday and Saturday. I'll check in here and there with my challengers and stuff. But I try not to work any more than a 30-hour work week. It's pretty awesome. And I get to choose my own hours. So you get to choose when you work. So for me, I choose to get up early. I choose to wake up at 5 a.m. to get my workout done, and then to get an hour's worth of work done before my kids even wake up, okay? So I work around my family schedule. It is awesome. And then we've also had some amazing coaches who have quit their full-time jobs to be full-time Beachbody coaches, because they've replaced their income, because the income for this business is exponential. And around 850, there's a slide that will go up, and then I have one here in just a little bit. So you don't have to be in amazing shape. What if you go to the gym? That's another one. We have plenty of coaches who are gym goers. Some who, you know, they'll supplement the Beachbody workout sometimes at the gym, or if there's days that they miss the gym, you know, they'll pop in their DVD. But we have very avid fitness, you know, gym goers. We have bikini competitors who are very successful coaches as well. So you can really get it across the board for what it is that you want to do with your business. Again, there's just the sky's the limit, and you can create it whichever way you'd like. Now wait, is this one of those pyramid schemes like I talked about? I hope that myth has been debunked. I believe that we already had a little video in the event page with it, but I'm gonna let you guys know. Pyramid schemes are illegal, first of all. Second, we are not a pyramid scheme. There is not just one person at the top of this tiny little pyramid who reaps all of the benefits, okay? I will tell you, actually, since we're in January, every single coach and in the entire organization, our slate is like wiped clean. So we are all on a level playing field. You know, the number one coach in the company is from 2015 is no longer the number one coach necessarily in the organization, okay? Everyone has the ability to surpass anyone in this business. So I don't reap benefits. So say I sign up coaches, right? I don't make money off of coaches that I sign up. It's not like, oh, sign up and you earn, you know, sign people up and you're going to earn $500. No, that is a pyramid scheme when you just earn money and that person cannot surpass you in the business. Some of my coaches, you know, I could surpass my coach. My coaches could surpass me. It's just all in how you work your business, okay? So definitely not a pyramid scheme at all. I had to learn about that because, you know, you hear that word. And I've heard that my whole life, like, oh, that's one of those pyramid schemes. It just gives you like an icky taste in your mouth before you even know what it even is. So really, like, doing my research, I was like, oh my goodness, totally not true. All right, now we'll get here into the little, like, what if nobody wants to join you? Or what if you're like, I tried it? Because I do. I have coaches who come in and reality check. Some people come in and they try it for like a week and then they quit. And I hate that. I hate to see that. What I tell all of my coaches who come in with me, I'm like, you have to do this for yourself. And I want you to commit to no less than 6 months. No less. Where you give it your all, where you set aside an hour at least every single day, and I'm going to teach you what to do in that hour, but you have to be focused and committed because you can be so successful, but it's going to take growth and it's going to take work for you to do this, but it's not hard. You know, I get to sit at my computer with my kids next to me, or, you know, when I get to work in between anything that they're doing. You know, that's not hard. Hard is our soldiers over in Afghanistan, like fighting for our freedom. That's the hard stuff. That's the way I look at it. You know, I take this no excuses thing maybe to the next level, because I used to be the biggest excuse maker until I looked at life as a whole. And I'm like, no, this is a blessing. And I want to bless people as much as I can with this opportunity, because, you know, no matter what, we get to choose in this life. And honestly, I say this all the time. God does not call the qualified. He qualifies the called. So if you're sitting here and you have that little gut feeling, but you're kind of hesitant because you're like, what if nobody joins me? What if I'm not good at this? What if I don't know what I'm doing? I'm going to be real. You're not going to know what you're doing when you first come in. You will feel overwhelmed. You will be like, I don't know what I'm doing. All of those things, that fear is what it is. It's normal. But that little gut feeling, that's going to keep you going. And we're going to help you understand that it's like any job. So you start a new job, or you go back to school, or you're a new mom for the first time. Okay, it's overwhelming at first because you don't know what you're doing. But then you start doing it every day, and you get in the groove, and you start learning, and before too long, you're going to start to feel like, I got this. I'm starting to become the expert. I'm starting to really understand this. And then before you know it, you're going to be hitting those goals, and you're going to be like, it's going to be second nature, and it's going to be like, oh my gosh, this is really something that I'm like making money at, and it does not ever feel like a job. To this day, I cannot wait to get up in the morning, and I say to myself every single day, if I can help one person today, I'm going to be happy. And that's not even necessarily one person who says, hey, Val, you helped me today. No, I mean, I believe that by my morning posts and any of my posts throughout the day on social media, and maybe someone that I say hello to at the store, or hold the door open for, or help an elderly person with their groceries or something, I do an act of kindness every single day, and I hope and I believe that I help at least one person a day. That's what gets me going, and that's what keeps me going. So worst case scenario is, you know, you've connected to new, driven, inspiring friends. You make new friends, and you're on this awesome team. That's pretty awesome. You invested $40, or you had your challenge pack, which is the best option. And I'll tell you next, like, how you can sign up in different ways. So you create new friends, you face your fears head on, and you grow as a person, you know, because everything you want is on the other side of fear. And you really focus on yourself, and you get into shape. You feel confident. I'm all about feeling confident in your own skin, because that is what matters most in life, is to feel like you are so deserving of everything that you have in life and everything that you create, because confidence is key. Self-worth, seeing that, and then teaching that to your kids as well, not having them see any insecurities, having them see that confidence. I believe so much in that. And then, so, you sign up for your $40, or you buy your challenge pack. I always try to tell everyone, get the challenge pack when you sign up, and then the $40 is just waived, because you're going to need your Shakeology anyways. So why not get a fitness program and your Shakeology discounted? Like, it just makes sense, because now looking back, I can't go back to whenever I signed up, because I'm like, oh, I signed up for the $40 and just had the military waiver. But I'm like, dang it, I kind of missed out on the Shakeology and the workout program for discounted. So either way, but you can do that however you want to. And then different strokes for different folks. So you make the rules. It's your business. You can come in here. Maybe you're in a challenge group and you're like, I don't even have an ounce of me that wants to do this as a business. But I really love Shakeology, and I really love the products, and I want a 25% discount on it. So I didn't put that in the I just said, how do I make money? You make 25%, and you also get 25% off of all products with us. So you know what? You just sign up as a discount coach, and that's totally cool. And you're going to still save over $16 a month on your Shakeology every month. Bam, you're good. Maybe you're a hobby coach. You have a full-time job that you love. You have zero desire to quit your full-time job, but you do love the products, and you enjoy sharing it and running challenge groups, and you want a little extra spending money. Maybe you're like, I want an extra $200-300 a month. That could pay my car note, or that could, whatever, save up for a vacation. You can be a hobby coach. Or you come into this and you're like, Val, oh my gosh, I'm so inspired. I want to do what you're doing. I want to know how to be a business builder. If you're full-time, you work full-time and you hate being away from your family, or you hate your job, or you just want freedom, you really want to be your own boss, then you're all in and you're going to make this an eventual full-time job or a full-time job now, and you're going to build your life of freedom and have a thriving team that's going to be doing the same. That's what I teach. I thrive on working with my business builders because that's what I did. You know, again, like I said before, success leaves clues. So if you're teachable and you're that sponge and you're implementing what's being taught to you, man, you're going to go so far. And there's even those who are kind of in between. I have those coaches who are like, I'm a discount coach. Well, no, maybe I'm going to tinker at this. Or a hobby coach that's like, I'm all in. I want to do this. You know, everybody kind of has their own way of it. So don't feel like you have to choose right now either. And then last but not least, really, dream big. I don't ever want to, like, income for me, I am inspired by it. Whenever I was on that very first call that I said, when Melanie Mitra was like, why not you? She also shared that she was at that time 2.5 years ago. She had been a coach for about 2 years at that time, that she was making between $2,000 and $3,000 a week with Beachbody. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding me? That's possible. Because again, my reasoning was all financial. I had to help support my family. So knowing that that was possible was like, oh my gosh, blinders on. I have to figure this out. I have to do this because I'm passionate about helping other people. So it's okay to know that I'm going to make some money by growing a team and an organization, and I need to go all in. So that's what I did. And then learning, like, as the cycle bonuses come and as you grow and rank and all of this, you can make up to and more than $12,000 a week in this company, like when you're at the top, or like, you know, when you're such and such rank and you have so much volume. I was like, you could legit be a millionaire in this business. Like, holy cow. So, you know, here's mine. 7 months as a coach, $225 a week. 10 months as a coach, $500 a week. As of this past October, my average was around $4,000 a week. And I never say this to brag, so please never take this the wrong way, because this is, like I said, this is hard to share this kind of stuff, but I need you to see the potential of what working towards a goal and what diligence can look like if this is what success looks like for you. Because success looks different for every single person. Maybe this does not interest you at all. That's okay. It doesn't have to. But for some need to know that this is a possibility, and the possibilities are truly endless. And then kind of like going into the end here, where it's almost 9 o'clock, so we'll be wrapping up here shortly. What our team provides. So guys, like, we are part of the #1 team in the entire organization. I am the #1 coach in the state of Mississippi. Our team ranked number 89 out of, over 300,000 in December. So we ended the year of 2015 at number 89, which I'm very, very proud of. We do weekly team call trainings. I do one-on-one, and I teach my coaches to offer the same one-on-one training with anyone who are business builders and achieving, Success Club every month, which you'll learn more about as you sign up as a coach. Small group trainings and apprenticeships with proven step-by-step training for success. Again, I share every single tidbit, every single thing that I've ever done in my business. I give it all to you. I have documents, I have trainings, I do it all. So the difference between successful and unsuccessful is those who actually use it and apply it and go out of the comfort zone to make sure that you will be successful with it. It's all given to you, which a lot of other teams in this business, they do not do that. So please understand that this is definitely like a privilege that we share everything for success. Social media training, I definitely share that because I had zero clue on how to do anything with social media. So I've built a very, very successful platform through my personal Facebook page. So I teach that. Countless videos and trainings and manuals. I do YouTube trainings, and videos just like this. You guys, like, it's endless. And you have a place to dream big, because you know what happens what happens from the time that we are young and fearless? We have all of these dreams. And, you know, I wanted the white picket fence and the white horse with my Prince Charming. Like, I truly believed that when I was a little girl. And, you know, now I have my Prince Charming and everything that I've dreamt of now in life. But I want you to dream. I want you to just allow yourself, if money was not an issue, if your job that you have now or your life that you have now, everything was wiped clean, what would you do with your life? If you could have and do anything, like, write this down. 10 things. Go start your goal board, start your dream board, because that is the first step that we take when you sign on. You start your goal board because you have to be working towards something. You know, if not, you're just shooting an arrow into the dark and you're going to have no direction. We're teaching you to get a direction, and we're teaching you that I'm serious. I'm so serious. If I were not living this life, if I were not doing this job as a coach, I would not believe that this was possible. I would not believe that this life could truly exist, because my family and I over the next month have some huge things happening that you'll have to watch social media if you're interested in watching, like, my life unfold. But we have some really exciting news to share over the next month with you guys. And Beachbody has been the reason. Beachbody is our vehicle. And, you know, I've been asked this question too, like, are you going to be a Beachbody coach forever? Like, does that really exist? First of all, I don't have any thoughts beyond, like, being a coach. I know that for me, I still have years left of coaching because I love it so much. We're also going to be expanding internationally. So if you're one of those people who are like, the market is saturated, no, it is not even close to being saturated, okay? There may be quite a few Beachbody coaches, but there's not quite a few Beachbody coaches who are super successful, who actually, like, treat the business as a business, like I want you to do, if that's what you choose. But we just expanded into Canada over the last couple of years. We'll be going overseas. Like, the possibilities are insanely endless. So I just want you to understand that, like, there's also, like, these are platforms, so that I'm building so much. I love motivational speaking now. I would have never known that 2 years ago. So maybe one day I'll write a book, or, you know, you could do, what are your dreams? What are your aspirations? Beachbody can just be that playing field that's helping you to build your resume, to build your trust in people, to help you learn how to talk to people, you know, to help you with training, to get, maybe, I don't know, like, I'm serious when I say the possibilities are truly endless with anything that you want to do. You just have to believe it. You have to make sure that no matter what, you're not going to give up. And that is what it comes down to. You know, there's been countless times that, sure, I've thought about quitting. Absolutely. We all think about quitting. There's days that I wake up and I don't want to, like, be anything. I want to stay in bed. I don't want to be a mom. I don't want to be a coach. I don't want to be a wife. Like, I just want to be me in my own little bubble. Okay? But we make a choice to put our big girl pants on, and we just say, I'm all in. I'm doing this, and this is it. I'm never going to give up. So what do you do now? Okay? We're ending this call. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Feel free to make some comments or whatever. Whenever I stop the screen share, I'll be able to see them. But the first thing you're going to do is message the person who invited you to this call. Whether or not you are ready to be a coach, that you're like, I'm all in, maybe you message them and you're just like, hey, thank you so much for the invite, but this just isn't for me. It's okay. It's okay to do that. Like, this is not for everyone. These calls are here to help you decide if this is something that you want to pursue. And if it is something that you want to do, let your coach, whoever invited you, know what type of coach you think you want to be, the discount, the hobby, or the business builder. And then know that we will walk you through the sign-up process. And if you are wanting to be a hobby or a business builder, we'll get you involved in our next coach training, which is going to start on February 1st. We run a new coach training once a month. It starts the first Monday of every month. And the fifth thing, you will be an apprentice coach in your coach's next challenge group to get firsthand experience. That way you can help see that the challenge groups that we run through Facebook, you know, the accountability groups. That's the bread and butter. That's key. That's what we do to build our business. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. I am looking to see if there's any questions. If there is, pop them up. Did I answer your questions? Do you feel good about this? Can you guys type in at least in the chat bar so I can see that you're still with me? Anyway, okay, good. Thanks, Gina. Awesome. I'm actually going to stop recording. Thank you so much, guys, for taking time out tonight to hop on this call. Seriously, it means so much that you would take the time out of your night just to log on and just to be, you know, show some support. So I hope that you are one of the next coaches of Legacy United for sure.